today's video, we'll be talking about a highly requested topic, how to apply for student visa, specifically the additional education visa. Hi, I'm Des. I'm a medical technologist from the Philippines and I moved to Norway last year. I'll explain everything step by step, so let's get started. So what is the additional education visa for skilled workers? This type of visa is for those who have a regulated profession and have their education from outside the EU. This is common for those in healthcare and also for teachers, lawyers, and etc. You can check it here if you have one of those regulated professions. So if your profession is listed on this site, you're most likely need to take extra education in order to get authorization or approval to be able to practice your profession in Norway. So this kind of visa will allow you to stay in Norway for 2 years and you need to renew it each year to finish the required education or training. You can also work part-time while you're studying. You can apply for this visa through UDI or the Norwegian Directorate of Immigration. It's the government agency that handles everything regarding immigration, residence permit, and stuff. So if you want to move to Norway, this is the main place you should check for information. Their website is super helpful. So let's check it out. Click want to apply, citizen of, then scroll down and click study permit. Click it again. Then here, additional education in order for your education to be recognized in Norway. So you need to read through everything because it's really important, and then click how to apply. I wish to apply from abroad, applying from Philippines again, and here it shows you what you need to do. So if you can see, there's a list here of all the documents together with their corresponding explanation. You need to submit your passport and a copy of all the used pages, a recent passport size photo, the background needs to be white. Next is the signed application form. It's the one that you'll be filling up later. Documentation of your education, so you need to submit your diploma and your TOR, and or the documents of your work experience. So it's not required, but if you have work experience, then you need to submit your COE, which shows how long you worked there, what training you received. So if you have any certificates, include that, work tasks you have, your job description, and what qualifications you have. And then this one, documentation from relevant recognition authority. This one is the decision letter from Helsedirektoratet. That's why in my previous video, I recommended to process your visa 1 to 2 months after you have submitted your application to Helsedirektoratet, because you also need to submit this to UDI. It's better to time it properly, so once you have it, you can just submit it to UDI as an additional document later on. Next is the information of which courses, work experience, or education you need. So this one is the one from Helsedirektoratet's website. Just print the page that shows which steps you need to fulfill in order to obtain your authorization. So just right click and then print. You'll be able to save it as PDF. Next is the specified plan for the additional education you need to take. Now this one you can get it from Oslomet's website, oslomet.no, and here just translate it to English. Click study at Oslomet. Click complementary study programs. And this one is for bioengineers. Here's the detailed information. You just need to print it, so right click, print. So that's what I submitted. And then also this one, so here you just need to submit that one as well. Next is offer of a place at a university. For this one, you can't apply to the university yet since you don't have the Norwegian language requirement. So this one is for the Norwegian class and it needs to be from the list of approved schools. So just scroll through this site and you will see the list of all the approved schools in Norway. So what I did is I paid the fee and just submitted the enrollment confirmation and the receipt. So next is the documentation of proof that you have sufficient funds. The show money is 151,690 kroner, which is approximately around 800,000 peso. So you need to submit this one to show UDI that you have the capacity to support yourself while you're in Norway. This money will just stay in your bank account and you can just submit a bank statement. But there are also some exceptions for this. For example, if you already have a job offer in Norway, then it can be deducted from the total amount, and also if you already have a place to stay. Next is documentation, which shows that you have somewhere to live in Norway. So if you have relatives, or if you know anyone in Norway and you're gonna stay with them, ask them to write a letter, and that's what you can submit to UDI, where you can find your own apartment. Here are the list of websites: Win.no, People.no, and for student housing, it's CU and Anchor Student Police. You can see a lot of apartments here. Then you can just time it to when you're arriving. So next is UDI's checklist. So this one, just print it and then submit it to them. Now that we've covered all the requirements, let's look at the application process together. Continuing from earlier, go to application form. And here, you need to create an account, type in your email address, send confirmation code, type in your password, read through everything, and then click next page. You need to ensure that you have the correct information. It's additional education. I want to submit a new application. No. Next page. Fill out your personal information, date of birth, country you're born in, and place where you're born. So your citizenship, phone number, email, and then, do you live in Norway now? No. Current address abroad, your address in Philippines, and then your planned address in Norway. As we've discussed earlier, this can be the address of your family or someone you know in Norway, or from the sites that I've listed. You just click next. Highest level of education, university, 4 years, the year you graduated. Philippines. For field or profession, it's health, welfare, and sport. Languages, you see which subject are you going to study in. This one, it needs to be the organization number of the Norwegian school. You can just ask them study start and end. For this one, what I did is I clicked own money, but I've heard what other people did. If someone will be sponsoring, you can put in grant, but I'm not sure how true this is because I thought it's better to have it in your own account, so it's up to you. But for me, I clicked own money. How much will you pay in tuition fees? The fee of the Norwegian class. The next is ID, ordinary passport. Here you can put the FA Davao, the FA Manila, your passport number, and the validity of your passport. Here, have you visited Shenzhen in the last 5 years? Country in now, Philippines? No. Do you have a plan? Yes. Just time it when your Norwegian class is gonna start. Fill out what's applicable to you. And then here, just read through everything. It's the requirements we have discussed earlier. And here you can review and then click submit. Then you need to pay the fee, 5,400 kroner, which is approximately 30,000 peso. And then submit your documents to VFS in either Manila or Cebu. This is how you can book an appointment with them. Go to vfsglobal.com and click book an appointment, book now, and then just create an account. Then you need to pay the fee. And there's also add-ons if you want to have premium services, if you want to have your photo taken there, track your application, or if you want them to send your documents directly to your place so you don't have to travel back to Cebu or Manila again. VFS will be sending your application to the embassy in Bangkok, so don't worry, you don't need to travel there. Then you will get an email once UDI receive your application. After the waiting time, you will get your passport back and a visa which is only valid for 30 days. Once you get this, you need to book your plane ticket and an appointment with the police in the city you're going to live in. There you will get your residence card. If the immigration will ask you questions when you leave the country, just say you're gonna study, and if they ask you why is it only 30 days, because that happened to me, just explain that you will get your residence card in Norway and you have an appointment with the police, so it's important to show the document that they have approved it and the proof that you have an appointment with the police to claim your residence permit. Tips for a smooth application process. First is start early. The process can take a while. Don't wait for the last minute. Double check everything. Make sure all your documents are correct, complete, and translated to either Norwegian or English if necessary. And don't be scared to ask for help if there are some parts you're not sure what to do or what to put. Ask UDI. Fill out their contact form, or if you want to call them from Philippines, what I did is I called them using Skype and Viber. Next is save your copies, so make sure you have a record of everything just in case. Now let's answer the common questions. Can you bring your family in Norway? Yes, but only your immediate family families, your spouse, your kids through family immigration visa, but you'll need to document extra income or money to support them. After you become a citizen, you can invite your parents to move to Norway with you. How much does it cost? Since the exchange rate varies from time to time, here is the total cost in Norwegian kroner. The application fee for Helsedirektoratet is 1665 kroner. The visa application is 5,400. Show money, the living expenses is 151,690. This one, it's up to you on how good you are with budgeting. This covers the rent, groceries, and everything. VFS service fee, 96 kroner. The rest are optional, so the premium service for VFS, it's 136. For learning Norwegian while you're still in Philippines, it's up to you. It's just highly recommended. There are a lot of free resources online, and some can go as high up to 6,000 kroner. Now for the actual Norwegian course, once you arrive in Norway, I got mine for free through Caritas, but there are also some that can go as high up to 6,000 to 17,000 kroner. For the Norwegian exam, it varies on which city you take it, so it ranges from 400 to 2,000 kroner, and you can also get exempted for this if you take your Norwegian class in the university. Then for the extra courses, there are some exceptions for this. So the national subjects or the national fag is 16,000 kroner, but if you take some subjects at Oslo Met, you can get accepted for this. Then for Oslo Met, it's 192,667 kroner. There's also a list of exemptions on their site, so you can just check it out. The complimentary course used to be free, but the government recently changed the rules for international students. But there's a huge demand for medtech in Norway, so think of it as an investment. This can be overwhelming, but don't worry because you can work while studying, yes, but since you will be under a student visa, you can only work part-time, which is 50% during school days, and then full-time during holidays and summer breaks. One of the downside is you need to prepare yourself for the waiting time, so be productive while your visa is still under processing. It's a good idea to start learning Norwegian because a lot of jobs require it, and it will help you settle in faster. The requirements, the rules, the waiting time, and fees varies from time to time, and they keep on updating their website, so it is important that you check their website every now and then. That's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and in the next video I will be talking about how I learned Norwegian and what you can do to learn as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in Norway soon. Takk for meg. Ha det godt.